A UFC 311, Islam Makhachev versus Moicano. So I'm gonna do a instant reaction to both of these. So starting off with Islam Makhachev versus Moicano, I just want to shout out both of these guys because essentially they were fighting new people on short notice. Islam fighting Moicano, Moicano fighting Islam, and yeah. But going into this fight, I do think what do you call it? I do think either way, if it was short notice or not short notice, it'll go to Islam. I do think what do you call it? The fight in general was interesting because beforehand I'd really only seen Islam fight kind of shorter opponents or opponents like who are kind of um who are smaller in body type really. But Moicano, he was kind of a good match as in terms of just being a similar body weight, or body weight doesn't matter if they weigh in at the same size, but kind of the same like muscle density really, and same height as well. But yeah, I think the way Islam uh got the win was very impressive. He's favoring that Darce choke. It's the same choke he used to get Dustin Poirier. And yeah, I think, and just mentioning that, I think that is pretty cool because what do you call it? Islam has he's stated that that is his one of his favorite chokes, and a lot of people have commented on how strong that choke is for him. So for him to keep using it and keep getting victories like this really shows the what do you call it, the work he puts in. And as he says, you know, the things that he does in the cage are just drills. So yeah, and what do you call it? I really like the attitude from the post fight conference for Islam. He was what do you call it, very confident in the win, basically saying that what do you call it, um, that he's willing to fight any and everybody anytime, and you know it's really not his job to what do you call it, find people. Just get somebody in front of him, and he'll take care of it, and that's what he did tonight. And what do you call it? Basically, almost at the end of the fight. So, but not end of the fight, but end of the first round. But a good win for Islam, and also shout out to Moicano for stepping in on short notice. All right, now we have Marab versus Umar. Now this fight was very hyped from beginning to end, especially during the build up. Umar, I mean Marab definitely likes to yap on the mic, definitely likes to talk. You know, Umar, what do you call it? He was definitely he can definitely hold his own in a interview press conference. So he wasn't just what do you call it, taking what Marab had to say. He was dishing out his own trash talk as well. But I do think going into this fight, it would be one of those battles between like two people who have like they have good wrestling, good not necessarily jiu-jitsu for Marab, but I do think he has good grappling, you know. But and Umar, I'm not I'm pretty sure he has good grappling defense, good takedown defense, but I don't know how good his jiu-jitsu is, you know, to get the submissions, and it's not really supposed to be that good anyways, just because he's more of a striker, and I would really only expect him to have, since he is like, you know, trained by Khabib and Islam, I'd really only expect him to have like really good takedown defense. And I do think for the most part, Umar's takedown defense was really good. It was just that as the fight went on, the pace of Merab definitely started to wear on Umar, and you could definitely tell in the third, fourth, and fifth round, because I feel like Umar kind of felt like there's no way like he's still coming, because Umar was kind of giving everything he had, but Merab was just relentless with his approach and his attack. And I think the numbers do show that as well, because I think let me see here. I think Umar had like he had 15 attempts, and Merab had 30. So Merab literally doubled Umar's attempts. And I was what do you call it? Into my next point, I think Merab his game plan really isn't trying to get like effective takedowns or whatever. He did get takedowns, but not like a good percentage on those takedowns, right? I think he's really his game plan is trying to dull, especially for Umar, to dull his activity. Because if you can do that, you're taking away one of Umar's best skills, tools, his striking. He has good takedown defense, but that's not really his forte. What he's really good at, and what he's like kind of known as, is being a good striker. And being a good striker is kind of not really what people like Islam or Khabib, people who train Umar, or people who are around Umar, are what they're really good at. It's kind of the other way around. But Islam Makhachev, he's definitely kind of a different case, where he's kind of more balanced with that. But I think Umar is kind of on the other side, leaning more towards being more skilled with the striking, and rather not the grappling. But for the third, fourth, and fifth round, those were definitely Merab rounds. He was definitely putting on a pace, and he was getting takedowns, striking, and by that time Umar was definitely just worn out. Fourth, fifth round, Umar was worn out, had nothing in the gas tank really. He was just there, kind of surviving. And you could really tell by this, because Umar was kind of trying to get takedowns, or kind of trying to sprawl for takedowns, and he wasn't really getting it. And Umar, Merab, he was showboating by kind of just standing there while Umar was kind of trying to get a takedown. Like, nothing's happening here. It's a business as usual for Merab, you know. This win by Merab was really nice, because it kind of shuts up the fans, the people who say anything about Merab. I'll be the first to say his style can be fun, but it's kind of that fence fighting style. But I think Merab definitely has higher levels of it. Like a low level guy who does defense fighting, kind of like Mario Batista. Merab definitely more skilled with it. He has better striking, and and the striking came with his activity. He was able to really kind of level the playing field with his activity. So yeah, guys, that's my reaction to the UFC 311 main event. This is just like a quick reacts, and shout out to Merab and Islam. both great wins, especially for Marab getting this win. Gets his first title defense. Hopefully, he can get more. Can really pad up his status as one of the greats in the bantamweight division. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Talk to you later.